There are two lines that I love getting back to. And one is, no matter where you go, you carry yourself. And the second one is, you can lie to everyone, but eventually you will have to tell yourself the truth. Last year, around a time like this, it was right after my 27th birthday, I had to tell myself the truth. I made a conscious decision to sit with my grief. It wasn't because I suddenly became brave, but it was because I had realized you cannot heal from what you keep pretending doesn't hurt. I realized I was healing in so many areas of my life, except one: grief. And for many years, I never talked about my mother. Like, maybe that silence was a coping mechanism. And even on days that reminded me of her, maybe like when Mother's Day came around, I had my own ways of surviving that day. I would either disappear from social media altogether and then get myself busy, so busy that I didn't have to feel anything. Or the days I decide I won't run from social media, like I will stay, I was out here celebrating child-free women. And I genuinely admire those women. Like, for their courage to choose their own path. But now when I look at it, when I sit with it, it was something deeper. I was hiding. Like, I didn't have a mom to post or celebrate, and also I wasn't ready to sit with the wound itself. And that's the same thing I did when her anniversaries came. I stayed busy, distracted, and I pretended that if I ignore the day, it would hurt less. But grief has its own way of waiting for you. Like, you can get busy, you can work, you can distract yourself, but it will still find its way in your choices, in your relationships, and even in your body. And so finally, mine did. And so I eventually had to admit something to myself, that what I was avoiding wasn't grief. It was what grief was asking me to feel. It was what grief was telling me to feel. And the more I sat there, the more I realized or noticed a belief. A belief that so many of us carry, that strong women don't cry. Strong women, they don't grieve in public. Strong women, they simply keep going. And the belief was so loud in my life because I remember that time. I remember whenever I wanted to break, whenever I wanted to cry, I could cover myself with a pillow. And then I could break quietly, making sure nobody will hear the strong woman crying. And so I dedicated my 27th year to intentional healing. Like, I was already healing, but this time it was intentional healing. And 2 days to my 28th birthday, like, it's just another day. The other day, I'm seated with myself in the morning, just reflecting, a slow morning, seated there with myself and my thoughts. And I caught myself thinking loud, or maybe talking to myself. And what stopped me was some words I said, like, she fought her battles. She can now rest. That was me saying that about my mom for 8 years. I've never said that. I've like I didn't even say rest in peace. Like I've never said that. And this time, I was not even trying to convince myself. I was not even trying to repeat what someone had told me. It was something that was coming so deep within me. And for the first time in 8 years, I wasn't seeing the woman I lost. I saw a woman who fought her battles. And I carried that moment throughout the day. My mind kept drifting back even to an article I had written not so long ago. It was about grief, and it ended with a question I couldn't answer that time. What do I allow first? My mom to die, or the parts of me that didn't know how to exist without her? I still don't know what I allowed, but one thing I know and I feel is that I am now finally allowing my mom to rest. Not because I love her any less, but because my heart has finally loosened its grip on the fight against what already happened. And what I'm realizing is that the fight isn't replaced by forgetting, it is actually replaced by gratitude. Real gratitude, not the kind of gratitude that you force because someone told you to count your blessings, but the one that settles quietly in your heart. I'm beginning to see that life gave me a chance to love my mom in her last moments. I stayed with her, I had that opportunity. I took care of her. I prayed for her, and with her, we prayed together. And those are not things that I take for granted. Those are good memories that I hold so dear in my heart. And I'm grateful that when she needed me the most, I was available. And even though there are things that I wish were different, like I still wish I had taken more photos with her. I wish I had recorded her voice. I wish I can hear her laugh one more time. I still miss her managus, like her meals, like the way she used to cook managu. I mean, all those hasn't disappeared. Something has changed. The loneliness that once filled my heart is slowly giving room for presence. I feel her presence. Like I feel her in my body, in my heart, in the ways I carry myself, or even in quiet moments when I am alone. And I wonder whether this is what people mean when they say we carry our loved ones in our hearts. Because I think I do. I think I carry her everywhere. Like sitting with grief made me fear grief less. Like it's not that I don't fear it completely. It's not that the fear completely erased or something, but it made me, it made me understand grief. Let me say that. Like grief opened doors that I never thought existed. I found myself challenging even old beliefs. I found myself becoming my own home and even understanding love differently. Like I have a memory when we were burying her and now everybody has gone back to their home. I felt like we have buried my own home. And I remember feeling like love was something that could be taken away. This is your mom. And I remember feeling like love was something that could be taken away. But sitting with grief has made me realize that love is part of who I am. It's not separate from me, and so it can't be taken away. Sitting with grief has just made me understand love differently and everything differently. And so, if you're here grieving someone you love, I won't tell you to move on. I won't even tell you to that time heals everything. I will simply tell you to stay. Don't leave yourself. Stay. Stay with your heart. Stay with your healing. Stay with your grief. And one day, without forcing it, you may wake up and realize something shifted. Not because you stopped loving them, but because you learned to carry love differently. Until next time, my name is Nungari Esther. That's my real reflection on grief, and I hope it finds someone who needs it. See you on my next reflection. Goodbye.